Hi, we're doing Algebra Set R, simple equations and fractions. Okay. We're going to start with find A, yeah, or in other words, make A the subject of the equation. Okay. Okay. 3A over negative 24 is equal to negative 6 over 8. So we can rewrite this as negatives and negatives make it positive. So we can rewrite it as 3A over 24 equal to 6 over 8 because the two negatives cancel out, right? As good as saying you're multiplying both the sides of the equal to sign with -1, and hence the negative cancels out. Okay, so now we can reduce this. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 8 is 24. So when I say 2 times 3 is 6, I mean 2 times 3 and 2 times 4, where 2 and 2 cancel out. So you're left with 3 and 4. Similarly, 3 is 3 times 1, and 24 is 3 times 8. So 3 and 3 go. So we're left with 1 on the top, which is A on its own, and 8 at the bottom. Understood? Right. Mhm. Okay. So now we can rewrite this as A upon 8 is equal to 3 upon 4. Now to find A, yeah, we need to find A, just A. So this 8 in the denominator, we need to get rid of that. So how do we do that? By multiplying by 8 on both sides. 8 and 8 goes, we left with A, and 4 goes into 8 two times, so we got 6 as the answer. Now, once you have become proficient in solving these kind of questions, yeah, this is how we can quickly solve it. So a little bit of mental math is required, yeah. Negatives go, yeah. 3 goes in 24 8 times, yeah. 8 and 8 goes, and you're left with 6 as the answer. Huh. So how did this 8 and 8 go? Yeah, so let's go back one step. Right, so what we have is A upon 8, which is equal to 6 upon 8, yeah? So when I multiply 8 on both sides, 8 and 8 goes, 8 and 8 goes, got it? So rather than using this extra step, I just cancel them out like that. Now remember, there are limitations to this way of canceling things. For example, yeah, suppose it was this and you had some plus half or something. Now you cannot cancel out 8 and 8. You cannot, because there's this half out here. All right. So the right way of solving this is you multiply 8 on both sides. Yeah. So this whole thing gets multiplied by 8. You know what I mean? Yeah. So 8 and 8 goes, and what you're left with is A is equal to 6 over 8 plus half, whatever that addition you have to do into 8. So whatever this answer is. So therefore, the cancellation of 8 and 8, yeah, which I've done before, is possible because the half was not there. Now it could be the half could be on the right hand side or on the left hand side, and not necessarily half, it could be any fraction. All right. So if that fraction is not there and you have simply just a fraction and another fraction, and that's about it, then you can do the cancellations. All right. Otherwise, we cannot. All right. So going back, So 8 and 8 goes. What you left with is 6 and A. So A is equal to 6. Right? Anyway. So that's when you become proficient. That's how you can solve it. Okay, B. Right. So as usual, I will be solving 4 to 5 questions using all the steps, and then I'll go faster, meaning I'll do a lot of mental math. You got negative 2A upon 8 negative is equal to negative 42 upon 21. So first simplify this expression. So negatives cancel out. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So you're left with A upon 4 on the left hand side. And right hand side is negative 2 because 21 goes into 42 2 times. And that's about it. Now multiply both sides by 4. Yeah. And what you end up getting is A is equal to negative 8. C. 2A over 3 is equal to negative 4 over 30. Right? So question is find A. Now this is 2A upon 3. So how do I make it only A? By multiplying 3 by 2 on both sides. Like that. So by multiplying 3 by 2, why I multiply by 3 by 2 is because I want to get rid of this 2 and this 3. And therefore I multiply 3 by 2. Now you have to do it on both sides because you can't just do it on one side. All right. And why you can't do it only on one side? Because it will change the value of the entire equation if you just multiply one side by 3 by 2 and not the other one. So in order to keep the value of the entire equation the way it was presented to you, we have to multiply 3 by 2 on both sides. Anyway, so now this is easy. 3 goes into 30 10 times. 2 goes into 4 2 times. You're left with negative 2 over 10, which is negative half, because 2 goes into 10 5 times. Got it? Right. D. A upon negative 3 is equal to negative 6 over 30. So negative negative goes, yeah. So how does it go? Because you have to understand uh, you're multiplying both sides by negative 1 to get rid of these two negatives. Understood? Right? So this negative 1 upon negative becomes positive. This negative into negative 1 becomes positive. So that's the idea of just canceling it. Yeah. Just the way we are canceling 6 goes into 35 times. The actual way is that uh, it is basically saying 6 into 1 and 5 into 6. So 6 and 6 goes. So you're left with 1 upon 5. So we are not breaking it down. That breaking it down you've already learned in your previous 10 algebra, algebra sets. Yeah. So now I hope you have reached this level of directly canceling out 30 as to 6 goes into 35 times. So that's it. What we're left with is A upon 3 is equal to 1 upon 5. Yeah. And therefore we multiply 3 on both sides. Yes. And when we multiply 3 on both sides, what you get is A is equal to 3 upon 5. So again, I've skipped the step of multiplying 3 like this, So 3 and 3 go. So you're left with A is equal to 3 by 5. Right. Okay. That's a long up to P we have solved. Okay. So now E, F, E, F, G, H. We'll go 4 at a time. E. 9A over negative 3 is equal to 6 upon negative 18. Right? So negative negative goes, yeah. Now 6 goes into 18 3 times. 3 goes into 9 3 times. So you have 3A is equal to 1/3. right? Now you want to divide 3 on both sides, yes? So I can write down this way. So 3 and 3 goes, A is equal to 1 by 9. F. Negative A upon 3 is equal to 14 over 35. So 14 and 35, they are both multiples of 7. So 7 goes into 14 two times. Yeah, or you can write down 7 times 2 and 7 times 5. 7, 7 goes, right? So this step you can ignore now since you've already practiced a lot. So you can simply say 7 goes into 14 two times, 7 goes into 35 5 times. So you got 2 over 5 on the right hand side. Now, uh, you want to get rid of the 3 on the left hand side because you have to find A only. So multiply 3 on both sides. So 3 and 3 goes. You got negative A is equal to 6 over 5 because 2 and 3 gets multiplied. And finally, you multiply negative 1 on both sides. And you end up getting a positive A out here on the left hand side. Right hand side becomes negative 6 over 5. Got it? Okay. Now, instead of saying multiplying negative 1 on both sides, what I would like to do is simply say that if it's negative A is equal to 6 over 5, it means A is equal to negative 6 over 5. Correct? And once again, these tricks can only be applied if there's no added fraction or any fraction like half or anything either on right hand side or left hand side. Yeah, it changes. If you multiply, then things change. Okay, so only possible. So that's the limitation of these tricks. It's only possible if you're doing A over B is equal to C over D, and you can simply say A is equal to negative 6 over 5 because only these fractions are in play and not any other fraction. Right, G. Minus 2A upon 4 is equal to 10 upon negative 2. So negative, negative goes. 2 goes into 4 two times. So you got A upon 2, which is equal to this 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5. Yeah. Now multiply 2 on both sides. So you got A is equal to 10. Mental math. H. 21 over negative 3 is equal to negative 4A upon 6. Negative, negative goes. 3 goes into 21 7 times. Yeah. Now, you want to get rid of the 6 in the denominator. You multiply 6 on both sides. So you got 7 times 6 is equal to 4A. Yeah. Now you want to get rid of the 4. So you divide 4 on both sides. Yeah. 4, 4 goes. Now 2 goes into 4 two times. 2 goes into 6 three times. So your final answer is 21 over 2 is equal to A. Right. IJKF. Now 4 goes into 25 times. And we can rewrite it as 5 is equal to negative A upon 5. Multiply 5 on both sides because we want to get rid of this 5. So you get 25 is equal to negative A. In other words, negative 25 is equal to A. 12 over 3, negative 3 is equal to 4A upon 36. So now remember guys, 12 over negative 3 is the same thing as negative 12 over 3 is the same thing as negative 12 over 3 like that. These all three are the same thing. Yeah. Excuse me. So 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 goes into 36 9 times. Yeah, that is an A. All right. Bear with me. Got bad handwriting. So now we got 4 is equal to A upon 9. Multiply 9 on both sides. Yeah. So you got 9 for the 36 is equal to A. Okay. Negative 1 over 3 is equal to 3 over negative 2a, negative negative goes. Yeah. Now I'm going to flip the right hand side, so it becomes 2a upon 3. And if you're going to flip the right hand side, you're going to flip the left hand side. Now I want to get rid of 2 and 3 both. So a simple way of solving it is multiplying 3 by 2 on both sides. Yeah. So this 3 and 3 and 2 and 2 goes. You're left with a, and you got 9 over 2 as your final answer. Yeah. 21 by 30 is equal to 4 over 3a. You can pause the video. I do tend to go faster because I have algebra sets, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, and then I'm going to begin with prerequisites, and then I'm going to go on to working with decimals, and then there are like at least 60 odd videos to move on with. So always pause the video if you think I'm going fast so that you can understand, or you can go back a few seconds and listen to me again solving it. Moving on. So 21 and 30, they're both multiples of 3. So 3 goes into 21 7 times. 3 goes into 30 10 times. So you got 7 over 10 is equal to 4 upon 3a. Now I'm going to flip this. So I get 10 over 7 is equal to 3a upon 4. Right? Now I want to get rid of 3 and 4. So I multiply 4 by 3 on both sides. Yeah. So this 3, 4, 4, 3 goes. I got a is equal to, now this 4 and 10 is 40 over 21. This 3 and 7 gets multiplied. Okay. And no more cancellations. 40 is even, 21 is odd. So there's nothing common between the two. 40 is even and 21 is odd. No more cancellation. Well, I'll show you an example where an even number and an odd number can be cancelled. So food for thought. Yeah. Let's work out an example where an even number will cancel with an odd number. So look at this, even number, odd number, correct? It does cancel because 56 is 7 times 8. So it will be incorrect of me saying that 40 and 21 won't cancel because it's an even and odd number. No, it's because the actual reason 40 and 21 don't cancel because they don't have any common factors to work with, right? So the highest common factor, greatest common divisor is one thing, and least common multiple is another thing. So I will try and cover that topic. It's not included because it's not there, but I'll try and include it in one of the number systems. So there's another thing like working with decimals. There's number systems as well. So I'll cover the highest common factor, greatest common divisor, least common multiple in detail in videos to come. Anyway. 2 over 3, 4 upon negative 6a. So I'll flip it. Yeah. So 3 over 2 is equal to 6a negative upon 4, right? Now I want to get rid of 6 and 4. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply by 4 by 6 on both sides. Now I know I can reduce 4 and 6. Both are even, so they're both factors of 2, but it'll just add extra steps and make it dirty. So I'm going to work out 4 over 6 on the left hand side directly. Yeah. There was no point reducing it because they were going to get canceled anyway. So 2 goes into 4 2 times, 3 goes into 6 2 times. Yeah, and you got 2 over 2, which is 1. So your final answer is negative 1. Okay. Now, if you notice that this on the top 4 and this on the top 3, it makes up 12, and this at the bottom 6 and this 2 makes up 12. So you could have directly got 1 instead of doing that canceling and making it look ugly. But it all depends upon how you approach. Yeah, it's all upon your approach. Anyway, and okay, so I'm going to flip it first. 14 is 2 times 7 and 2 times 5. I'm going to flip it. 3a upon negative 2 is equal to 5 over 7. Right. So now we have, I want to get rid of 3 and 2. So I'm going to multiply 2 over 3 on both sides. So I get negative a is equal to 10 over 21. Therefore, a is equal to negative 10 upon 20. Oh, 2 upon negative 3a is equal to negative 25 upon 10. Negative negative goes. 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10. So you got 2 upon 3a is equal to 5 upon 2. I'm going to flip it. So 3a upon 2 is equal to 2 upon 5. I'm going to multiply 2 over 3 on both sides because I want to get rid of this 3 and 2. This 3 and 2 next to a. I want only a. So I multiply 2 by 3 and 2 by 3 on both sides. So I can cancel out these 2 2s and 3 3s, leaving me with 4 upon 15. And finally, p. 2 upon 2a is equal to 8 upon negative 4. Not worth solving it. 4 goes into 8 2 times. So 1 upon a, what you get is 1 upon a is equal to negative 2. I'll flip it. So I get a upon 1, which is 1 upon negative 2. Therefore, a is negative half. Question 2, that's the fun part. So 1 negative is a negative. 2 negatives is a positive. 3 negatives is a negative. So remember this. 4 negatives is a positive. So even number of negatives when multiplied gives you a positive. Yeah. Odd number of negatives when multiplied gives you a negative. So 1 negative, 3 negatives are negative, 2 and 4 negatives are positive. So keeping that in mind, count the number of negatives because you have to find the product. There are 3 negatives, so outcome will be negative. And then 2 into 4, 8. 8 into 10, 80. 83 the 240. That's your answer. This one has 2 negatives, so the outcome is positive. Yeah, we don't need to write positive. We just write it without the positive symbol. It's understood, it'll be positive. So this time we have 9 4 are 36, 36 into 6. So whatever the answer comes to. So that is, I think, 18 into 2 into 6. That is 18 12s are, 18 10s are 180 and 36 more. So 116. So this is 116. Some mental math. If you know your tables and mental math, then you can do it. I'll solve it out here. 36 times 6, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, 216. It helped me. Yeah. So always a good thing to double check your answer. 216. Yeah. Right. 1, 2, 3 negatives. So 3 negatives is negative. 3 twos are 6. 6 eights are 48 into 3. So that is 144. Yeah. So we can multiply it. Yeah, 144. Negative 140. Right, we have 1, 2, 3. 3 negatives is negative. Yeah. 2 twos are 4. 4 sevens are 28. 28 times 3 is negative what? It is 84. So multiply it anyways. Double check. Yep, it's 80. This one, yeah, when anything is multiplied with 0, you get a 0 as an outcome. But if the 0 was not there in the picture, then your answer would be negative, and negative gives you positive, and 6 12 is 72. Your answer would have been 72 if the 0 was not in the picture. Any number, positive, negative, fraction negatives, fraction positives, multiplied with 0 gives you 0 as the answer. Yeah. And do not generalize this with division. Okay. Division, the rules are different. Right. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. So the 4 negatives meaning positive outcome. So you got 6 4 that 24. 24 times 10. So easy peasy. 240 is your answer. And last question. Simplify the fractions. Okay. Just 7 of them. That's simple. 3 and 3 goes. You got negative 2 over 4, which is negative half. Okay. Negative negative is positive. So you got 2 by 3 into 1 by 4, which is 1 by 6. Again, negative negative cancels and gives you positive. So this 2 2 goes, this 3 3 goes, you got 1 as the answer. Negative negative cancels, 3 3 goes, you got 1 by 4 as the answer. 3 3 goes, negative negative goes, so you got half as the answer. 3 3 gives you 1. So 1 into 8 by 4, 8 by 4 is 2. Don't forget the negative sign. Negative negative goes, 2 goes into 4 2 times, your answer is 3 by 2. Couldn't get it. Yeah. I'm sorry, those guys who are finding it, I'm rushing it through. Pause the video, understand it, solve it. That's it for today. This worksheet will be in the description. The link to download this worksheet will be provided in the description of this video. Thank you.